The final expansion from the Beyond the Bandlewood set will be released in just a few weeks. We know it will bring 4 new champions to the game, so let's put on our thinking caps and go over the possibilities. Riot has been radio silent for this expansion. We have no clues for the name of the expansion or which theme it will follow. In the past, we've been able to make educated guesses by taking into account hints to the theme and other cards already present in the game that point to their champions. With no roadmap to follow, we only know 3 things: the release date of the patch, which regions will be featured in the expansion, and how many champions will be released. The patch will drop on February 16th. We know this because the game has a countdown that shows the time remaining until the Magic Misadventures ranked season ends. We also have the time frame for the season in the top right corner, from December 8th to February 16th. If Riot follows the same release schedule for Magic Misadventures this time around, we will be seeing the first post to the expansion on the 7th of February, starting off with a trailer ending Ava's adventure, before getting around to revealing the new cards. The final things we know are the number of champions that will be released and their regions. In the Magic Misadventures speculation video, we assumed that we would be getting 3 champions. This, of course, was proven wrong when we got 4 champions: Kennen, Pantheon, Rumble, and Ahri. This time around, we can also expect to see 4 champions, filling in the region slots that are missing in-game. We will be getting a champion for Freljord and Demacia, and a multi-region champion for Bandle City and Freljord and Bandle City and Targon. Every other region has already been covered. Without a theme to go on, uncovering the champions might be a bit more difficult than in other expansions, but there are some small clues hidden in-game. Out of our 4 slots, we know that Gnar is going to be taking the Bandle City and Freljord slot. We've seen Mega Gnar silhouette at the end of the Magic Misadventures trailer. Gnar already has followers in the game with the Stone Stackers. These Yordles also appear in the art of the Protoporo and Mini T cards. We also need to mention that out of the remaining champions related to Bandle City, Gnar is the only one with a connection to the Freljord, making him the best fit for this slot. While on the topic of multi-region champions, let's talk about the candidates for the Bandle City and Targon slot. Our remaining Yordles are Quirky, Kled, and Vex, plus everyone's favorite cat, Yuumi. Let's go over each of them and figure out if they make sense with the region, and if they could synergize with Pantheon, the other Targon champion from the Beyond the Bandlewood set. Quirky doesn't have a direct connection to Targon. Instead, he's strongly linked to Piltover and Son. Adding him as a Bandle City and Targon card wouldn't make too much sense, as he wouldn't fit the Fated keyword introduced with Pantheon, or the target ally's playstyle. If I had to guess, Quirky will be introduced at a later date as a Bandle City and Piltover and Son card, or a pure Bandle City champion. Kled is a Yordle with strong ties to Noxus, both in lore and in the mechanics of the region. Having Kled in any other region wouldn't make sense with his playstyle in League of Legends or his theme. Sadly, Rumble took that position from him, so we won't be seeing Kled during this expansion. Kled also doesn't fit the mechanics introduced with Pantheon, so he wouldn't have the synergy other Yordles have with the champions introduced in this set. Vex has a few things going against her. First is her connection to the Shadow Isles. Vex's theme revolves around the region, so including her in any other region would be a choice. The second issue with Vex is how new she is. She was released towards the end of 2021, and while newer champions are added to Legends of Runeterra through events, Vex then wouldn't need to be limited to being a Bandle City and Targon champion. Finally, Yuumi. The magical cat was our prediction for this region in the last video. She fit the theme of Magic Misadventures, and we were surprised when we discovered she wasn't included in the expansion. While we can speculate all we want why she wasn't included at the time, I think it's better to see what she has going for her. Yuumi has the Fae cards already in Targon, the Looping Telescope. She's a support in League of Legends, so she can synergize with the Fated keyword and targeting allies. And finally, Book is featured heavily in the trailers for the Beyond the Bandlewood set. I also want to point out that the developers went out of their way to separate Yordles from the Fae when Bandle City was introduced to the game. These magical spirits are a group, but there's no mechanic that ties them together. We can expect to see something that acts in this way with the inclusion of Yuumi. This leaves the Demacian and Freljordian champions. There have been some theories floating around on who these champions are. In our previous video we mentioned the possibility of Sylas and Galio for Demacia, given the Magic Misadventures theme. This time around we don't have a theme to go by, so let's revisit these champions and see if they still hold up. Demacia has quite a few champions left to be added, with Sylas, Xingqiao, Sona, Morgana, Kayle, Vayne and Galio. Before, we removed champions from this list based on their relation to the expansion's name. This time we're looking at them based on the mechanics that Poppy brought to Legends of Runeterra and the cards that are connected to the champions. We've all played against Poppy. She has been extremely dominant since she was introduced, even with the nerfs she's received. She levels up by attacking with allies, making them stronger in the process. This mechanic works extremely well with the archetype of supports in League of Legends, and I believe that the next Demacian champion will be tasked with keeping Poppy afloat. This set hasn't introduced a single pure Demacian card so far, so we don't have any hints from the set to pinpoint our next champion for the region. And if we look back, the only follower that has a direct connection to the remaining champions is Stony Suppressor, introduced in October 2020. Taking into account this follower and Poppy's mechanic, Galio seems to be the perfect fit for the Demacian slot. With his inclusion, Demacia would also gain spell suppression tools. The last region, the Freljord. Do I think that Brand or Nunu will be added in this expansion? I highly doubt it. In the previous video, we talked about how they fit the theme for magical misadventures. This time around, with no expansion name or Freljord cards added during the set, it has proven difficult to pinpoint the champion that is coming to Legends of Runeterra. Currently, the remaining champions that could come to the game are Gragas, Nunu, Olaf, Ornn, Udyr, Brand, and Volibear. Before we go ahead and discard champions, we need to address the bear in the room. A few weeks back, Swim made an appearance on a stream wearing this, and heavily hinted to an upcoming Legends of Runeterra champion. You can watch his whole video by clicking on the annotation or checking the link in the description. Now, which champions have connections to bears in League of Legends? Annie has a teddy bear, Udyr has a bear stance, and oh yeah, Volibear is a literal bear. We can discard Annie due to her lack of connection to the Freljord, leaving Udyr and Volibear in the pool to be added to the game. TheSkilledRoy, in his video linked in the description and on the annotation, leaned towards the possibility of Udyr, arguing that the rework for League involved getting a new voice actor in the studio, and they could get the voices for Legends of Runeterra done at the same time. And while I agree that Udyr's voice actor did get his LOR voice lines done during the same recording session, I think that his rework is overlapping with the release of the expansion, and this contradicts the timeline of the set production for Legends of Runeterra. I believe that if we are to trust Swim's hint, the champion coming to Legends of Runeterra is none other than the Volibear himself. This champion would also fit Gnar's theme of transformation, as he could have his massive form as his level 2. Also, Udyr and Volibear both share a transforming follower in the game, with Ursine Spiritwalker and Stormclaw Ursine, a shaman that transforms himself into a bear. At the end of the day, this speculation comes from a bear costume on a stream, so there's no way of knowing. And just to be safe, I will leave this here and slowly back away. So yeah, I think that Gnar, Yuumi, Galio and Volibear are a great lineup for the next expansion. And if this video is right, I will be able to put the Magic Misadventures fiasco behind me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and comment which champion you would like to see in the next expansion. If you're new to the game, check out one of our guides for beginners. They will help you improve in no time. And don't forget to subscribe for everything Runeterra.